Today we're going to focus on the one thing that turns him on more than anything.
Women often think it's because of their degrees, it's because of their success, it's because they're so beautiful. These are the type of women we work with all the time, but they're so frustrated with the type of guys they're attracting. How do they really activate his masculine energy? Healthy men, not just men, but healthy masculinity and healthy femininity. Let's just jump into it.
Yes.
The number one thing that will turn him on and keep him turned on in dating and in marriage is your. And for those lovely ladies that are new here, what's up? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Brian.
I was a former single mom with 4 kids, went through a whole bunch of trauma and loss. If you're interested in learning more about dating and relationships and feeling good in your body again, I'm talking your hormones, your nervous system, all that.
Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos and content.
Is your vulnerability. Now, I know a lot of women are like rolling their eyes right now, like, okay, whatever. No, just lean in for a second. Just lean in for a second. So what is vulnerability? Because I know when I was a single mom with 4 kids, this made no sense to me, and I did not care about being vulnerable. When you are in survival mode, you don't care about being vulnerable. Being vulnerable means that you're actually allowing yourself to open up, actually allowing yourself to receive, actually lowering your guard. This is what makes a woman's energy soft. And we know that men like women that are in their soft receiving energy. So then how do you actually do this?
Well, even going into it, I want to even dive a little deeper, because what we look for in vulnerability is kind of connected to women being able to have fun in your presence, right?
So good.
Because if you're so uptight and so looking, okay, what type of shirt does he have underneath that button-up shirt? You know, you're just looking for stuff to judge and critique. You're not able to have fun. You're not being able to share, because in your mind, you just can't get past what you're seeing, right? You can't get past that thought in your mind. So you have no time to be vulnerable. You have no time to have fun. And the date and the relationship becomes stagnant because it's no fun and you're not open to anything. Like, I don't feel like talking to him about anything because I'm so uptight. So being vulnerable is such a key element, because it allows you to open up and just enjoy yourself and have fun.
Let's really unpack this, because I know a lot of women, they're like, what do you mean? Of course I am. Or I think I'm being vulnerable, or I think I'm receiving. These are some signs that you don't really know how to receive as a woman, okay? So imagine you're dating, you're in a relationship, maybe you're married. When you guys are together, do you find that you're the one that's always talking? Or do you give him space to talk? Do you know, I love the show, The Later Daters. We've been watching this lately, and one of the dating coaches talks about this, and it's so good. It's, are you more focused on sounding interesting or being interested? Do you know how to hold space for other people? These are the little things that it does not matter, babe, how beautiful you are, how successful you are. You could be a model, a celebrity, whatever, have so much success. But when you're in the presence of other people, and especially men, if you don't know how to hold space for them to, share what they're thinking, try to impress you. If you're always talking and trying to prove how amazing you are, you're going to leave a bad taste in their mouth. They're going to be turned off. And I love what you said, honey. Also, this is so big, and this is something I've had to really work on, coming out of survival mode myself, is learning how to just be present, learning how to just have fun, like not be up all in my head, thinking, overthinking, fixing, analyzing, rushing around, but just leaning back and just being and just having fun, just being present.
No, it's so good too. And what happens a lot of times in these conversations is you can think you're being vulnerable, right? I'm just telling him everything about myself. I'm just going deep. So but the thing is, he hasn't asked you a question yet, right? So you talking and over talking him isn't you being vulnerable. Really what it comes across as you're hiding, right? Because a lot of times when you're over talking, not giving him a chance, you want to make sure you answer everything that you think he's going to ask you, right? Just so you don't have to open up and answer the questions that he may have for you. Just have a conversation, right? Allow him to talk about himself, right? Allow him to just, as men we love, to brag about what he's done and listen to him, and then allow him to ask you questions as well, right? That way we know you're vulnerable. But if you're just sharing and sharing and sharing, you're really just hiding to make sure that he doesn't ask you certain questions. And so you can control the whole conversation is what it comes across as to men, right?
So good, babe. That was
Yes.
gold. Another thing that women do to not be vulnerable and to keep that mask up because you're still in your survival mode. And this comes from wounded energy, by the way. It's something that we help our women heal in the Feminine Energy Academy. But we still just want to give you more signs so we can help with your awareness. Because if you're not aware, you're not going to be able to change anything, babe, right? And this, trust me, don't judge yourself. This is most of us
Yes.
women have grown up this way, and especially if you've been hurt, you've gone through a divorce, you've experienced unhealthy relationships, dad wasn't present. These are things that have been wired into our nervous system as women, and even collectively, that we're healing off of ourselves.
Yes.
Right? So we can really attract the healthy masculine man in dating and then carry that on throughout marriage. But anyway, another way that I see women really hide and mask, really have their guard up, is by rejecting men before they can be rejected. So you're looking for things that are wrong with him
Yes.
so that he can't reject you first. And whatever you look for, you're going to find,
Yes.
babe. Okay? So if you deep down don't believe that men show up for you consistently, or at the beginning they're good and then they fall
Yes.
away, you're looking at things that you're rejecting about his appearance, for example. Maybe he's not the right height for you. Maybe you want him to be a certain color.
Yes.
Maybe you want him to have a chiseled body, six-pack body. You want him to dress a certain way. You don't like his shoes. These are all the weird things that women do.
That's so true.
You don't like the sports team that he likes. Like, those are the little petty things that women will get fixated on that have nothing to do with compatibility,
Yes.
have nothing to do with aligned values,
Yes.
have nothing to do with the fact that this man is a provider energy man. And who cares if you don't like the type of shirts that he wears, or something little, or he's not the right height. This man is a healthy provider energy man, but you're rejecting him before you even given him a chance based on these things, because deep down you don't want to get hurt.
That's so true. And it comes across in a way where sometimes you're finding reasons within yourself why you're not worthy, right?
so
You'll find a
good.
reason. You'll say, okay, I have 3 kids. No one wants to be with someone like me. I haven't dated in 3 years. I don't know what to do in the dating scene. I'm just saying all the wrong things. And this is without him even commenting, right? This is just something you're coming up because he may not have called you within 10 hours of the date, right? You just start self-sabotaging and coming up with reasons why you're not worthy to be in a relationship with a healthy masculine energy man. And this is that self-sabotage that it doesn't come across that way, because a lot of times you think these are facts, right? These are true things that, I really do have 3 kids and haven't dated in 3 years. But most guys aren't looking at that as a bad thing. They just want to see what your energy is and see potentially the situation around why you're in that situation. They're not automatically going to eliminate you. It's just wanting more information to understand. So don't self-sabotage and start finding reasons why he doesn't like you when he hasn't even given you that indication.
Oh, babe, that was so good. I'm so glad you said this, because that's what I did, right? Like, especially for a lot of single moms, we lower our value because, according to society, you're a single mom. And then on top of that, you're a single mom and a woman of color. So then there's even more assumptions that happen. I remember somebody, on social media, like, they just assumed I had 4 baby daddies and I was on welfare, and thankfully I've done so much inner healing that stuff doesn't trigger me anymore. But the thing is, for a lot of women, you carry that weight around. Right? Where it's like, maybe you have been divorced a couple of times, or maybe you have had a couple kids from different fathers, but that doesn't mean that you need to lower your standard, babe, and lower your self-worth and your value. We're going to give you actual tools to turn this around, okay? Because this is where women can get really, really stuck, and then they stay in situationships or relationships or marriages that are toxic and unhealthy, because deep down you don't think that you're worthy or anyone else is going to want to be with you, right? Like, let's just be real. How do you actually flip the script? We got to give them a playbook, okay? This is what I had to go through, okay? So there's two things that are going to make you stand out so much, and it's going to help you being more vulnerable, which will make you so magnetic to healthy masculine energy men, okay? So the first thing is actually working on your confidence. Men love women that are confident and actually value themselves.
You being confident in who you are really comes down to you really looking at those areas in your life where you may look at in a sense of, this is an area that I'm struggling in. This is an area where people may have said things in my life. So whatever your insecurity is, use that for your advantage. It could be your height. It could be your complexion. It could be the area that you grew up in. Using those areas in a way and having confidence in those areas are things that make you stand out, because most men aren't just looking for cookie cutter women, right? Some men like tall women, some men like thicker women, some men like small women. But whatever it is that's an insecure area in your life, that is the area that's really going to make you stand out and really exude that confidence in it. Men love it, and men will be super attracted to you. You'll be magnetic just by having that confidence in that area.
Yeah, and it's something that you're embodied in. It's not something you have to tell him. And just to give you an example, one of the ladies just shared this in our community. She was a single mom. She's in South Africa, actually. She's just been working on herself, and she just posted, she hasn't been dated in 3 years, okay? And now men are like falling at her feet. And she said, she did a lot of her inner work, her inner healing, and forgiving, clearing out her energy, the stuff that we teach. And then she's like, I raised my standards and my boundaries, and I actually thought the men were gonna fall away, but the opposite happened. The men are falling at her feet even more now. And that's what happens. Men value you the way you value you, babe. So if you don't value you, and just a simple example, you're sleeping with these guys right away. That's you not valuing your energy, your temple, your body being super sacred, your feminine energy be sacred, where you just give it away to anybody. You subconsciously are giving out the signal that you don't value you, that just anyone can hook up with you. So men will mirror that back to you. Versus you're saving yourself. You're not just giving your time, your body away to anybody. Without you even saying anything, men are like, okay, she's different.
Yes. And that's the thing about it. Like, men don't care what it is, what type of standards you have. They don't care how high or how low they are. If you're confident in it, men will step up and appreciate it, right? Because not only are we appreciating that you have standards for yourself, but we're looking at potentially being in a relationship with you. And if these are your standards, you're not sleeping with the man on the first date, right? The man has to do certain things for you to get your time, right? He's only able to call you at a certain time of day. We know that other men aren't able to just call you at a certain time, that you're not just going around giving yourself away. So that gives us confidence to know that if we pursue a relationship, marriage with you, then you're a woman that can be trusted. You're a woman that we know is for us and not just for the streets, right?
Exactly. I mean, men will still hook up with you, but that doesn't mean that they value you, babe. We're talking about you being a wife and you attracting a healthy masculine energy husband in dating and in marriage, okay? Men will always mirror your energy, babe. And I promise you, the more you're healing and the more you exude confidence, not fake confidence, real confidence, where you don't need to hide. You have nothing to prove. You're not seeking validation. You're not leading with your accolades. You know how to just be present and have fun. And if he goes, he goes. You know?
That's
like
so
you are
good.
so not attached to any outcome. These are the things that make you so magnetic to the masculine.
And just adding one more thing. So follow through is a big step in confidence as well. And men understand follow through, right? Because you're confident. You don't care what happens, but you violated this area. So, it's off limits, right? And you stand on those things. The confidence takes you further than your words, right?
So good. This is so huge for us women, is we can be so self-sacrificing that we completely lose ourselves. And this is how I was in my first marriage, and it's nobody's fault. I think it's something that women, especially good-hearted women, do naturally, is we want to just give to everybody. We want to take care of everybody at our own cost. And slowly what happens is we stop taking care of our body, we stop taking care of our hair, we stop working out, we stop getting our proper rest, we stop taking care of our hormones, our nails, our hair, our body hair, all
Stuff
that
starts
stuff.
breaking down.
Stuff starts breaking down. Next thing you know, you're not feeling good in how you look. Your husband probably looks the same, because men don't change the way women change, in marriage. And now you're feeling insecure. And then a lot of times women feel like they're still in chasing mode in their marriage, right? But the same thing applies, babe. You want to have a healthy, juicy marriage. You want your husband still coming towards you, still attracted to you in marriage, then you're taking care of your confidence. You're taking care of you. You're still not attached. Yes, you love him and you love yourself, but you're not attached trying to control him. And one more thing I just want to add about this will help you to be more vulnerable. Ladies, you by definition cannot be vulnerable until you heal your nervous system. This is why vulnerability made no sense to me until I understood how the nervous system works. Because the nervous system's job is to keep you safe. So you're going to constantly be in survival mode until you heal that. Yes. And once you heal that, then what will happen is your energy will start to soften. You won't be so rigid in your energy on dates or rigid in your energy at home and how men say uptight.
Yes. And men are really attracted to the soft energy, to the energy where we're having a conversation and you're receptive, you're receiving, instead of a conversation where we're going back and forth, right? Trying to prove that we're right. Just a receptive type of energy where we're able to just release, right? We're able to release, which is the male way of doing things, right? We're able to release and feel safe when just talking to you. That part of being vulnerable, right? Just being vulnerable to listen and to hear and to not feel like you have to, because your nervous system is all over the place, you have to give a response. Just being able to receive, being vulnerable and allowing him to just share with you. Men just love that. I know women love it as well, but men love just being able to be in a safe place where you're vulnerable. He's able to share and just being able to feel safe around each other is what men really love and enjoy, because when we're out, we're always in fighting mode, right? We're in protecting mode. We're checking to make sure you're safe. We're just always head on a swivel when we're out and about. But when we come around you, we want that soft energy where we're just comfortable and you're able to receive.
So good. I mean, scripture even says in Proverbs 31, right? The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. And so I already can hear the women in the background saying, yeah, but I haven't had the opportunity to be safe, or I haven't had the opportunity to put my guard down because I've always been the provider, protector, breadwinner in my family the whole time. I get that, babe. As a former single mom, I get that. But it's even more important for you, babe, to heal that in your energy, in your nervous system, because otherwise you're going to keep the cycle going where you don't feel safe because there's no guy there. So you're naturally either going to stay single or you're going to keep attracting men that need to be taken care of because you are in your masculine. So you're going to be attracting men that in their feminine that need to be taken care of. And you're going to burn out your hormones along the way. And so it's up to you, babe. It was just like it was up to me, even as a single mom, a widowed mom with 4 little kids. I was a provider and protector in my family too, to learn how to heal that so that when I'm in the presence of a man, when I'm dating for marriage, his energy is coming towards me because he's attracted to that feminine energy. And just being like super, super honest and straight with you, babe, is healthy masculine men aren't even going to be attracted to you. Like, they're actually not going to be attracted to you if you are not in your feminine energy.
That's so true.
Okay, because heterosexual masculine men are attracted to feminine energy. And so that's why sometimes you'll see a guy that's, a really good looking guy, but he's with a woman that maybe she's not a 10, she's not as pretty as you are, but he's in love with this woman. And the reason why he's in love with her and is married to her and they have a great marriage is because she knows how to be in her soft feminine energy. So it's not about having the perfect body dimensions or having all the degrees. Those things are great, babe, but it's you actually learning how to embody, not at a head knowledge. you actually embodying that feminine energy, because that's what healthy masculine energy men crave and want and will be drawn to in dating and in marriage.
So good. So if you heard something in this that really resonated with you, without overthinking it, the Feminine Energy Academy is what you need.
Exactly. So we have programs in there to help you with your dating for marriage, rotational dating, help you heal your marriage, help you heal your nervous system, your hormones, your body, so you can do the two things: increase your confidence, increase your femininity, which will help you be more vulnerable, which will attract the healthy masculine energy man. So I love it. So leave your comments below. We love to hear from you guys, and we will see you next time.